Hey guys, welcome back for another topic. In this topic, we're gonna see about what is Android components and what is life cycle and what are life cycle methods, right? So generally, we have four Android components. If you can master the four components, and you will be a very good developer. So honestly, right, so the Android components goes like the activities, services, broadcast receivers, and content providers, right? So we'll go one by one. So activities, what are activities? So activities are said to be the UI layer or the presentation layer of the application. What is the presentation layer? It is the topmost layer what we can see on the screen, right? So that is what the activities are. So we can tell like UI of our application is built around one or more extensions of the activities class. So that's what, like, whatever use is, suppose the WhatsApp, right? When you click on chat, it will open the chat console. When you click on status, it will open status console, right? So those are the activities what you can see from your eyes, right? So those are the activities. And how it is developed, in the sense, it has been developed by using a fragments and views, and the activities set the labels, and it displays the output and also responds to the user actions. So this is that's what, like, to keep it simple, the activities are something like which you see in front of your eyes, which you can do, swipe, tap, something is there. Those are the activities, right? So coming to the second component, services. Services are just like invisible workers of our app, which runs at the back end, and it will be keep updating your data sources and all the activities, and it will be helping to trigger the notifications and also to trigger the broadcast intents. So what are intents? So basically, this is intents are like something like message transfer ring platform, like, from one activity to another activity, or from services to activity. It just transfers action between the components, right? And it also performs some tasks when applications are not active. Suppose if you want to keep it a music player, right? So music player, you play a song, and even if you lock your screen also, the song will be playing. In the sense, that is a service, that a song music player service is running in the back end, even that your screen is locked. That's what, like that is about the water services, right? So which does the task in the behind the screen, right? So that is the services. And the next component is content providers. It is mainly created or developed to make it to maintain a data persistency in the application. If you guys don't know what is a data persistent, so let me give some insights. Suppose there is an application, right? So you have opened it, and you have did some of the task, like you have messaged something, or you are doing typing, you are typing something, and some action you are doing. Suddenly your mobile gets switch off or turn off or restart, whatever happens. So if a data persistence is not developed, the task whatever you did so far with an application will be erased. That is why every application or system need a data persistence. So in the same way, in terms of Android, to maintain the data persistency, the content providers are used. It is used to manage and persist the application data, also typically interact with SQL database. Yes, you can develop a SQL in Android, and you can put the data into that, and you can do SQL operation anytime you want. And they're also responsible for sharing the data behind the application boundaries, in the sense, to give an example, we have a lot of Google apps inbuilt, right? But if we log into only one application, it is more than enough, right? It will be logged in automatically with all the Google related application. How? In the sense, if you log into the main Google app, it stores the content provider, like it stores the data through content providers, and it would be, or it can be shared, the data within all the applications. See, here the two conflicts happens. How? In the sense, content providers should share the data with the trusted applications only. In a scenario, if it can expose to all the applications and malicious app can misuse the data. So when it comes to example of Google, a Google application shares the data with the help of a signature. We call signature based permission or data transfer. So that is how and the the reason of content providers is used. So the content providers of a particular application can be configured to allow access from the other applications by setting it as export. We'll talk like how what is export and the things in when we talk about static analysis, right? And another important component which is available in Android is a broadcast receiver. They're also known to be an intent listener, as they enable your application to listen to the intents that are satisfy the matching criteria specified by us, right? So broadcast receivers make our applications react to any received intent, thereby making the perfect for creating event driven application. Suppose if you have kept a battery saver settings, hope you people have set it or not. Okay, like there is an option called battery saver settings in every Android thing. So if you set settings like if the battery percentage goes below 30, all the applications should stop running, right? So whenever your battery goes below 30 percentage, an intent or one broadcast will be sent to all the applications which are running in a behind, right, to make them close or to stop. So that is how the broadcast receiver works. Like it sends a broadcast, and all other applications in the behind will receive that broadcast, and it will do the appropriate action it was supposed to do. So this is about the Android components, guys. The first, if we can to wrap it up, activities, you want the UI components, services are some task which is run behind the screen. Content providers are used to share and transfer the data and interaction of a data between the applications, and the broadcast receivers is to send a broadcast throughout the device application, right? So this is about the Android component. So there is another important topic called Android lifecycle method. So what happens when an application is running or when activity is launched? So whenever an activity is launched or created, the first and most method is called is on create. So without on create, there is no activity that is running, right? So whenever a class or activity manager is invoked, the first method is on create. It creates an instance for that activity. So after that, the on start method will invoke where it will run that particular activity. So whenever you want that particular activity, you can see like running, you can like when if you want to pause that particular activity, you can pause it, and if an user wants to resume it, he can resume. How in the sense, suppose there is a video playing application. Okay, so you are playing, when you click on the center button or something like background task button, the video will be paused immediately, right? When you come back to that screen, immediately the video will resume. So that is how the life cycle methods work. And if you want to stop forcibly, if you want to stop that activity like video playing activity forcibly, you can stop it, and you can restart it whenever you want, but it will be started again from the beginning. So these are the like life cycle methods. And whenever if the activity has to be closed or shut down, on destroy should be called, or else the activity will not be getting shut down, right? So these are the life cycle methods. So to wrap it up, on create, on start, on resume, and on pause, on stop, on destroy, on and on restart are the common life cycle methods which are being used. Say like to keep it much more simple, anything that begins with the on in activity classes, that is a life cycle method, right? You can see this image. I will also give the link to this image. You can go through it, right? So this is about this topic about Android components and life cycle methods. So we're gonna see a very interesting topic in the next video, where we're gonna talk about decompiling and what are decompilers, right?